guys, how's it going? It's Matt Does Games, and I have a very exciting video that I'm actually playing in. So it's me, and then we have Silver Garu, Starve, and Taurus. And so this is also a part of our Discord that we're in, where it's people who just want to have some fun playing this awesome game, and also doing like a fun tournament. So this is actually one of our tournament games. The first one, I'll spoiler, we got absolutely wrecked and we lost. But this one was an actual worthy type video. So I'm playing as the 2nd Panzer Division and pushing up with my FS Jaegers up against Taurus, who I believe is playing as the 39th. I'm actually not too sure, I can't remember, but I had a feeling he was going to do something like this with his AA helicopter. I just kind of knew it was going to happen. And so I start sending up, I brought up some Jeopards, but what I wanted to do is just kind of hold this line. Over on this end, we have Silver Garu, and I think he's also playing as the 2nd Panzer Division, and where he's going against Starve. I think he's also playing as the 39th, but I can't really remember. So I also was trying to cover my right flank by putting some flame units up here, because I knew that they could take out some infantry. I am about to place some of these Jeopards up here, which will really help out. And then what I do when I place 2nd Panzer Division is I'll just call in some super cheap tanks, just to kind of, these tanks are like 40 bucks, and I just call these in just so I can do some damage. I know they're not going to do a lot, but they can kind of help me just get my push. So over here, Silver is trying to kind of take this left. We really dedicated a lot on our push to get a strong foothold before implementing any type of command units. Here, my flame units will definitely win against these sapperies. And what I'm just going to try and do is I try and I fail, but I'm trying to send all these guys here. What I should have done is I honestly should have just held them right here and just held them in these trees and just let them like chill. And so someone dropped down an attack marker. I don't see where. Oh, he's trying to, yeah, he's trying to blow up that area. I knew he had guys in here. Like, I just knew that was a thing. Over here, Silver's holding strong. I think you're going to start seeing some command units. Yep. So, this is one of the pros when you play against people in a Discord a lot. You start to kind of learn what they like to do. And that's going to blow up. Oh, that was a lucky miss. I knew that Taurus really likes helicopters. I just knew he did. And I was like, well, I'm going to have my baseline covered by Jeopards. And I knew this would do some damage. I think hopefully it does. Woo! Yep. So Silver actually helped me out and dropped off a freaking... Oh, no, I did that. I dropped off that bomb cluster, and that just wiped out their infantry. And this Jeopard is just going to absolutely annihilate that helicopter. Just absolute destruction. Had no chance. So this flame unit, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get a baseline in here, like along these lines. Because if I can get a baseline along this line and along this line, then I can pretty much I can make sure they can't get a command unit in the center. So Silver looks like he's dropping off an HE unit. Gonna try and hit these guys right here for Starve. Oh, yeah, it looks like he didn't really get too much. And I send in a cheap command unit to move up and take the center zone to try and give us a slight advantage. And I'm calling in just some other infantry units. I'm doing in some leopards. Something that was really frustrating that you have to be careful when calling in. So if you ever try and if you call in a unit on this side and you say, oh, I want to go right here, like you want to move your unit right here from spawn, what they're going to do is they're going to go all the way around and then cross all these enemies, turn right, and it's just stupid. So then you have to be aware of that. Yeah, so I messed up right here. Lost all those units because of that. But while I know that these units are probably dead, I'm like, well, let's move up some of these Leopard 185s. I have a lot of fun playing as the Panzer Division. It's made me better at tanks, I think. But he's got all these guys in here in this area. Calling it a Harrier. These things are absolutely horrible at killing like anything really. But like it's like not even gonna do anything. What? It just didn't even do anything. So I got these Leopard 1A5s, I got these cheap tanks flying in. I got them in the tank, I got them in the tree line, and that's exactly what I needed. But even still, they can't see anything because of these trees right here. You can already see what their plan is. Let's see if we get that. Miss that BMP. Starve is really trying to get, or Silver, sorry, is really trying to get a push in here. And it looks like Taurus is preparing to try and do a flank on the right. Once again, those Jeopards are just not to be messed with. They will mess you up. And here comes Silver calling in some more infantry. I got some more cheap anti-air. Because like I said, I kind of know how Taurus works. So that's, you know, just kind of something that I just know. Oh my gosh. Well, that was close. So I'm trying to do an initial push here. So we got some 1A5 shooting at their Mostreki. They don't have a lot of resistance here. So this might work. And look, I'm trying to also be spread out as I do my attack. So in case there is an airstrike, I would be able to defend myself, or not. I wouldn't like lose all my guys at once. But this is a pretty risky push without any infantry support because I can't really see. Also, tanks do like no damage to infantry. He drops a cluster over here. That's gonna hurt, and it did. Starve has a ton of infantry units here. At this point in time, it might be better for Silver and I just to try and hold this sector and make sure we can keep an advantage on this side and play time. So I have some of these guys here. They can only see this one tank. I'm moving up this Jeopard because I have a feeling that they're going to try and do an air attack on my tanks. So if I can get this Jeopard in these trees right here, well then that's going to help me out a lot too. And he just misses that tank. And I'm like, after this, I'm going to call in some Jaegers. See if I can also assist my push with an infantry push. I just couldn't seem to get past this area. And I couldn't really figure out why. I also, I guess I had some sixth sense or something, but since I lost those flame units, I had a feeling that he was going to send in some units this way too. So I brought in a recon helicopter and some FS Jaegers to try and get a lookout for that. And here, look what happens. Look at the mistake I made. Didn't realize. I literally had no idea. Didn't have a clue. I'm actually doing some damage to this T-80BV though. Kill it. I mean, we got the T-80BV, so I mean, it wasn't all for naught. And then I dropped down a bomb. And that did some damage, but unfortunately it makes me lose my plane. Taurus is still trying to do this left push. I'm trying to do another bombing run. Because I'm like, F you. And I think this is my entire flight deck of these bombs. And I think he'll delete me after this. But, I mean, at that point in time, which is something I kind of did. At that point in time, you have to push up. But I didn't have my FS Jaegers because they're about to do the same thing. And maybe I'll catch them in time. I don't know if I do. But really, really bad pathfinding. Silver is really trying to get this push in here. And it's definitely gonna hurt. He kind of has a micro fail right here. Dang. So he has a pretty strong foothold on the front. These BMPs are just going to absolutely annihilate my... Gosh, those things are shooting fast. What the heck? But I think what my mistake was I just kind of let him hold it. I should have kept pushing up, but when you do that, you also lose your units. So it's like, you know, how do you go about this kind of thing? So I had these Jaegers here. I lost other Jaegers because of pathfinding. Was able to take over this left again, so Terrace isn't really able to get my left flank in any way, shape, or form, but I can't seem... I mean, I can. If I just said, F it, let's go, and I pushed everyone up, I think I would have been fine. I was being a little... I think I was being too conservative. That really helped. He just took out like 4 infantry units. I've just decided that that tank is now going to be over there. Calling in another Jeopard because he cluster bombed one of them, probably because he was pissed off, but this Jeopard is out of ammunition, which is unfortunate, so I can't do anything to that tank, or that helicopter. And now Taurus is calling in the command unit to try and counteract the advantage. Sorry, I was drinking some coffee. I always do these videos in the morning. And just absolutely no damage, nothing. He literally did nothing. So here, this was good, but this entire time I could have used these guys. I mean, they had to take out the left flank. That had to happen. But this entire time, you know, I should have just held these guys in the tree line, put 2 right there, 2 right here. And I would have covered up the flank entirely, and then just focused everything on getting in here. But because I didn't move fast enough, I couldn't get my infantry in this tree line. I did take out that helicopter with the Jeopard. I couldn't get my infantry in this tree line. So now Taurus and Starve are all helping each other out, trying to make sure that they can hold this area. Looks like Silver. No, that's just over there. So you have to be so careful because they did it again, and I had to constantly be careful with that. So this will be a fun one. So they find me. That's not going to be any bueno. Some Streckies. First FS Jaegers and a T-64. So what I was trying to do was I was trying to get in here and get in their houses and just like ruin their time. But I am dropping down an HE. Woo! Yep, that'll do it. And here comes Taurus with the bane of my existence. And at this point in time, it starts to get in a little bit of a deadlock. But Starve has infantry, tank, and BMPs working together as they push, which is, you know, how you should do it, because you want to have assistance on all types of fronts. Jeopard just straight up didn't fire out because it's out of ammo. So I put down my attack beacon because that's where the command unit is. So I've noticed that this is kind of what people do now. So if you're playing a death row and someone does anything over here, don't aim for the trees. I mean, you can, but the likelihood is that they're probably going to be right under the tree line, because that's what they do. So I'm sending in another HE unit to see if I can get any luck. Let's see how close I get. I actually got pretty close. I just didn't do anything. But now he's got a good amount of infantry in here. Silver's even trying to do a bomb as well. Well, I think that's to shoot a plane, yeah. But once again, just they have a ton of anti-air in the back. Managed to move these FS Jaegers out of there. And now the push on the other side. So right now, I mean, we could just play time and for 20 minutes just try and hold the line. As you can tell, I'm slowly trying to move up my guys just to see if I could do anything. Don't know why I haven't sent in a Leopard 2A3. Instantly, I'm getting hit by all this infantry in the distance that I can't see. And I'm just getting absolutely wrecked. Looks like we'll get that BMP-2, but I'm going to lose this Leopard 1A5. Or not. So I'm smartly reverse. And then I'm probably going to call in a... Oh, I just have an FSA just chilling over there. Oops. Well, now what my game plan is, and it's kind of the... So we're trying to kill this T-64BV. And this infantry tank is trying to do it. That T-64BV's in a bit of trouble, and it gets killed. But he's got another one coming up. Have an ATGM unit, those are so fun. I need to hopefully micro these guys correctly. Let's see if I did. Turn. Yeah, good job, man. Trying to kill his recon helicopter. And this guy will get blown up to shit. Gosh. Still these guys alive. And it's like he must have saw me or something. Because he sent a helicopter over there, so he must have saw me walk in or something. These dudes are just like, hide. Just blew something up. Let's go back over here. Silver has some Panzer Grenadiers trying to guard this tree line because Starve is now beginning his push. Kind of have a mix. I even have a Jaeger just chilling in there to help out. And this is where some things start to change, because now instead of me just focusing on the center, I'll need to help out Silver because he's gonna start getting in some trouble. And then Taurus is even putting in a cluster. That's the danger of putting all of your infantry so close together, because yeah, that's really gonna hurt. Will he get it in time? Luckily, those Jeopards, being the Chads they are, were able to get that guy in time. I was like, am I muted? Oh no, I might have to sneeze. Yep. Alright, I'm back. Usually when I sneeze, I have multiple sneezes, so I'm probably gonna have another one. This is some good commentary. Whoa! Anyways, I'm not re-recording this episode. People sneeze, guys. Deal with it. Gosh, it's been so difficult recording anything because of my freaking allergies. Well, I need to get some... I'm trying to get this logistics truck up to these guys. Because once again, Taurus is trying to send his helicopters. Too many guys are in here, but look at this push over here by Silver. I think my air support's completely gone. Not sure what this HE's doing, it's just flying to its death. That wasn't good. So we have here, the Jeopard gets taken out, that's gonna hurt. AT takes out a MTBMP, which I mean, not really something that's gonna like pay off in the long run. And here begins the push. So on this side, pretty strong foothold. And I pretty much have every sector covered. I have some Leopards just kind of waiting. I'm finally putting up my logistics truck. Kind of had a feeling this was happening. And there I prove it. So just trying to see what's going to happen, but the downside is when this happens, if they take this, then they can hit my left flank pretty easily. So we can't let that happen. But what he's doing, he's just kind of waiting. He's like, I wait for the moment to strike. And now he's taking this one side. But as you can see, Silver's troops are dwindling. And I'm trying to put in some more tanks over here. Of course, this dude... Honestly, that was so dumb. I had a Jeopard, 2 anti-air dudes, and he of course manages to not die just in time to get off his thing to blow up my tank. I was like, alright, whatever. So the push kind of failed for Starve, but it might have just been a temporary loss because Silver lost a ton of dudes. He's kind of sending this helicopter on a suicide mission just to get an idea of where everybody is, and then now kind of pushing them to move away by doing some artillery. We still have these FS Jaegers just chilling. They're like, hello. They're like, can I play? So I'm actually, this game goes on to pretty much the very end. I'm just gonna do this to speed up where the pushes are here. So essentially it's kind of just a deadlock right now, and then now we'll go back to normal. Boop. I'm trying to once again get my foothold. He sees my Leopard 2A3, so he's instantly like, must kill. And I think I am stupid and I let it die. Yeah. Takes out a tank, so I guess we got that going for us. Once again, I have this recon helicopter, so I'm kind of just trying to cover my left flank. Dedicated way too many people for a left flank. But now he's trying to do a push here. Because he's trying to cover another side besides that side. No, besides the right side being that side. And once again, Silver's trying to reset up his troops, trying to get them ready. Starve, just waiting for his moment to strike. This is really dangerous. That T-80 is just gonna bam. And with these BMP-3s, those things are no jokes. So he's really pissed off at my recon helicopter, I guess. Actually does a pretty successful push, but then I have these Jaegers in the back. I moved my Jeopard back because, you know, don't want to lose the Jeopard, but they're walking right into 3 tanks. So that should do a pretty good job at killing them. Just imagine being that support truck and just getting captured and then fighting with your brothers, and then all of a sudden you like turn and you see the Jeopard you were just supplying, and it's like, oh! Blows you up. Like, time for you to die. It's like, dude, hold on, fuck. Just give me a second, you can recapture me. No! This is not gonna go well. This is kind of why you always do this, you know, send your BMPs with your guys. Because if you come across flying troopers, your units might not win, but the BMPs will. I don't really like attacking on this. I can't figure it out. I mean, it just feels like I can't ever do it. So I'm sending these Jaegers up to take out these infantry units. Will it be successful? Oh, I guess I still have the plane alive. Well, now it's dead. Is that a mortar? Yeah, it's literally firing a mortar at me, and these Jaegers are just taking it. Yeah, give it to me. So I'm setting up all these tanks, and that should pretty much eradicate them. It's like, hello! And here comes Taurus with the helicopters. And it's not looking good over here, that's for certain. Got another 2A3 heading its way. They have a lot of guys on these lines, man. We have 14 minutes left. We still are at an advantage, but not by a large margin. My line has not fallen yet. Calling in some more Jaegers to cover up this right flank. these guys got hit pretty hard, so I wanted to make sure that this was settled. I was always just trying to make sure I had my flank covered. Actually, I'm trying to do a little bit of a push here, it looks like. Let's turn it this way so we can see the other side. Shooting at, trying to see if I can find where the hell that command unit is. This is a pretty costly push, it looks like, but I am moving up my guys. He brings in this Jaguar type of unit, I can't remember the name of it. 283. Oh, hit something else entirely different. Bunch of side shots. That's not gonna feel good. Somehow they didn't see him. Take out that tank. We'll get it off before the other one gets blown up. Of course not. 283 survives though. So that we took out a good amount of their tanks, but once again, completely failed push. Now I'm calling in some marauders because Silver has let me know that he just can't hold anymore. So I have to call in these guys to help out. I pull in some more infantry here. I lost all my tanks in that attack. So I think at this point I'm like, uh-oh, hold on. Trying to get some of these guys in here, just trying to see if I can, you know, I should have called in some recon. But I can't seem to get my guys in there. So my 283s are just getting wrecked. I reverse these guys into the logistics so they can repair. And then these dudes just get caught and it's not looking good. We have a ton of infantry coming over here to try and thwart this to take away their advantage. These Jaegers are just getting absolutely ruined. So Silver's bringing up some Panzer Grenadiers. He's even moved up a anti-air. And here I am with some with my Panzer Grenadiers. And I think he called in. He also did. But I have minor elite. Or no, they're not elite. It's just because he drove by the command unit. I was like, I don't remember having elite Panzer Grenadiers. So at this point in time, Taurus is like, okay, I'm going to push up with these guys. There can't be any other guys left. Here comes the anti-tank plane. I don't know if it killed anything. Didn't get hit though. And then of course I make the mistake where I have all my guys bunched up and we don't have really any anti-air that will be able to stop this plane. The thing is, how can you see me? I think he just had the plane at ready. He was like, alright, once I can see where it's at. But we're able to push him back for now. And that'll get us back at no advantage whatsoever. It's just them slowly trying to, you know, get their points back. Once again, killed all those tanks, did all that, but since I can't make a push, he's able to just call in some really strong tanks. And now Taurus is calling in a cluster bomb here. Lots of people all bunched together. That's not going to be good. And of course, he'll get it off in time. Well, that should kill him. I was about to say, I was like, or not. So I am doing what I'm trying to do again. I'm like, we're gonna have to do something here. So I actually call in some artillery. So I'm like, all right. Like, we just need to hold them back. Moving up this Marauder. I'm just trying to get this set up. I should have just stopped right here. I've been calling some anti-air to see if there's anything I can do with that. I'm firing artillery as well. As you know, in this game, artillery is pointless. I even put it in a Milan. Nice. So it's looking like we might be able to hold. Trying to get these guys in here. Do we make it in? Nope. Not looking good. So Taurus is now has a pretty clear left side now. Get him, come on. That should get him. Yeah. He just keeps just surviving in time. It's so annoying. That's so frustrating. He like just survives just enough in time to get his shots off and then dies. It's like, all right, perfect, thanks guys. It's like the game knows. And like, ha 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 ha. And I gotta get him in the infantry over here, so I'm not really too worried about this side anymore, because I'm like, eh, whatever. If they attack me, I'll be able to stop them in time. Once again, oh, look at that. Oh, just enough to make sure my guy's dead. How convenient. He's trying to send up some recon infantry to see where my command vehicle is, but you will never see him. We're having to focus so much now on this side. Taurus is like, screw it, I'm just gonna help on this side because this is the side that's gonna win us the game. So they start sending some people over there. I'm trying to make sure that my flank will be covered on this side. Just look at the amount of units they've put here. And the thing is, we don't even have an air force because they've killed it all. Out of desperation, because I think I'm running out of stuff, I was like, whatever, I'll just call in some command tanks. Use them as an attacking force to, you know, put up my veterancy for other units. But either way, this is going to be a stressful time. And here they come. Taurus is pushing in with his sapper. He's still in their cars. These guys, Silver, take your guys out. He hasn't taken his guys out, and they're just all dying. Well, that's not good. They're literally not able to fire back. I'm pushing these guys up just out of desperation. It's not looking good for us. Right now, you're like, well, Matt, you have the lead. Yeah, that is true. You're not wrong about that. But how long can we have it? Can we hold them long enough for 5 minutes to go by and we still be at an advantage point wise? So now I'm dropping down some artillery, just trying to do anything. They actually have a backup command unit. Silver is going to unload his Panzer Grenadiers. They have completely taken this side and they got more on the way. As this is happening, I'm like, F it. You're going to push there, or I'm going to push here. And so I start moving up these guys to see if I can get to them, and then my Jaegers just straight up don't move. I was trying to remember, I'm like, what do I have to press where they'll just run? But they wouldn't. And this push is just going horrendously. Just look at that. It's like, nah. They're like, nah, we're not gonna move. Actually, I'm kind of hitting where his command unit is, but it's not doing any damage. I have all this infantry. They just can't do it. And they find my command unit. And that's going to be the killing blow, unfortunately. And man, just what a freaking war that was. Still, my command, my infantry, all is... You see those missiles? All of that just did nothing. I'm trying to stop this over here. Just can't do it. And they're gonna just complete failure of a push, because what you really like to do, what you should do when you push is you send your troops out, have them sit in the open so they just get shot up like crazy. That is a textbook push. And at this point there's just nothing that can be done, unfortunately. We'll just fast forward to the end of the battle, because now I was just realizing that we failed. But it was a good game, all told. You know, we were like, let's do this. Maybe that'll make a difference. But in the long run, looking at the time, looking at how much, it's just like, no, it can't happen. So we surrendered. Crazy game. This was a part of the round robin tournament, and boy, it was a doozy. It was a pretty wild game pretty much up until the end. Just kind of like a deadlock, couldn't really do anything. If I could just have gotten in those trees and gotten a foothold, I definitely would have hopefully been able to hold it long enough to where we could have a full advantage, and we would have gotten enough points to probably win. Even against that type of push, we might have been able to hold out long enough, but unfortunately weren't able to. Something like, I can't remember, maybe someone in the comments can tell me and remind me, but I was like, how the hell can I just tell them to say, I don't care if you're getting shot at, just run. And like, don't stop to shoot while you're running, and get in the trees so I can send other stuff. And the other thing was, I was trying to do a mechanized assault. I wasn't trying just to have my infantry, I was trying to have my tanks too. But then Taurus got a really lucky bombing run and blew up my tanks after, and then AA blew up the plane. So it's like, well, that sucks. But that's all I got for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will see you guys in the next one with these type of games with a tournament. It's a lot. So I have to try and record all of them. So I try and just record the highlights and like what are good ones. If you guys are ever interested in how the tournament's going, there's a link where you can see the tournament results. But this is kind of how it works. So it's going to be a Swiss tournament. So I also didn't realize, I didn't know what Swiss meant. Swiss means everybody just kind of plays each other. And you can kind of see who's doing well, who has the most points, and all that jazz. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much. See you later.